Well, here we are. Another great update to Stu-eees World. Mailman just came. Brought some stuff I've been waiting for. About time. Man, K&N air filters. I used them back in the day. They were 35 bucks a pair. Now you're lucky if you can get them for under 100. And what's with all this oil shit? They want you to put oil all over your fucking brand new K&Ns. Hell, I wouldn't put oil on them until after I used them for a month. And then the oil came from the inside, not the outside. It was clots leaking through. It wasn't nothing that I was doing, I swear to God. Yeah. They say, yeah, I'm going to put oil all over my fucking K&Ns. I'm going to have to read the instructions on that shit. 10-year, 1,000,000 mile fucking warranty. Whew! The day you can ride 1,000,000 miles on the RD. I don't know, I had 3,500 once, but it took me a few years. Alright, finally got this shit in. See, I bought a new engine, but it had some oil leaks and shit. The cover to the neutral switch was broken on all 3 holes. I guess he had a gorilla fucking putting it together, and then I want to take the auto lube system out of it. So I got me a stop set as well. So I'm glad they're here because now I can work on it. And my $350 engine deal fell through, but I got this on eBay. Had 2 fucking engines all at the same time, one disassembled and one complete. So for about $1,000, it was $800 plus $250 shipping, and they wanted me to go drive 100 miles one way to go pick it up after I paid $250 to ship it from the next state over, no less. Holy crap. Well, these guys are real jokers, I swear to God. Anyway, yeah, as you can see here, this is all cracked up. So you got crack right here, and there, and there. So we remove that and hope that solves my oil problem. Might have to remove all the seals as well. You seal back here, and the seal there, and the seal there, and one behind the drive sprocket. So yeah, don't know about that. But before I saw this engine, yeah, I had already put a bid in on a bottom end, so I ended up getting a bottom end too. Now I don't have the money to complete the bike in a hurry, and I have to wait until November to complete it. There's your auto lube system. You got to take that out. When you do, there's a big hole in the way that all the transmission oil leaks out through. So you got to put the stop on there. Yeah, this is really weird. I was thinking, looking at this engine here, that this might possibly be stock engine. But if I remember right, the stock piston said STK on it. And this has some weird numbers, 970, whatever. And when I started polishing up the head, I started polishing the head, I found that I got some hot spots in here. It didn't look like I had damage, but then I found cracks in this radius right here, and there's a node of melted on metal here. So I haven't determined if that came from the head itself or if that's from an extraneous source. But there's also a piece down here too, so there is some slight damage, and I don't know where it come from. Plus the squash band's missing right here. There ain't no squash band. I know I didn't rub that away with Mother's. That's a hell of a lot of rubbing to lose a squash, you know, you lose your 10, 20 thousandths deep squash band, you know, by rubbing with Mother's. So someone must have tried to, they either put the hemispherical surface in crooked at the factory, or someone tried cutting down the mounting surface here to increase internal combustion pressures. I don't know which one it is yet, but I've decided I'm probably going to, well, I am going to take the other head off. Take the other head off here and polish the inside of that. And if there's also damage on that, then I'm going to pull the jugs and see what I got for pistons. They might not be stock Yamaha pistons. And make a determination from there. But I did take a quick measurement, and it seems as though they're stock. You know, which is like, man, that's a coup. I got an engine that's stock. A 40-year-old engine that ain't never been bored over. A 40-year-old Yamaha 2-stroke RD400 engine that ain't never been bored over. My God. I couldn't even dream of anything that good. And it cost me less than $1,200. You know, 1,050. Then I got another bottom end coming for $5. You know, well, beats the hell out of the first engine. This one here, man. Well, first I tried to build an engine. I bought pieces parts so I can build an engine, but that was proven to be a folly because for some reason certain parts just aren't available. Just like the 2 engines that are on eBay now. They're both missing the tachometer attachment. You know. Part that's yeah, I need a pointer, don't I? Let me get this seat out the way. I've done lots of things lately too, yeah. Gotta talk about it. But see this piece right here, that piece right there is missing on both of them, the full engine and the bottom end that I just bought. I don't know why they would take that out. Well, it's just a simple thread to remove the tachometer cable. So, you know, that's the way people that sell shit on eBay act, man. They fucking always doing shit. This is the engine that got dropped. Remember, I mentioned it earlier. Yeah, all the studs are bent. Christ almighty. And then, you know, probably the piston rods as well. So, thanks. No, that was an $850 bottom end. Which I considered a coup as well. So did the guy that sent it to me. That's why I busted it up. Anyway, here's the seat. This is the new seat. Here's the old seat. See? There's the seat from the SX360. And I did get the hinges. You know, I hooked it up with RD hinges and put them on the right side. Because they're on the opposite side of the RD, you know, naturally anyway. But I was going to have to build inch tall shims on everything because it was still too tall underneath. You know, it wasn't going to sit proper. It wasn't going to sit on this here. I had a whole inch space there. It has 2 mounting points up front here that it wasn't going to sit on. Plus, I was going to have to make a spacer over here for where the helmet lock is. You know, where the seat locks down. So I said, screw that, and I went and bought a 78 seat. Because I figured that would fit on, and it did. 78 is a direct matchup. Of course, the thing is rusted to hell. Look at this thing. Oh my God. So I stuck it in some a 50-50 mix. Well, actually, it was a 60-50 mix of vinegar and water. Got most of the rust off, and then repainted it. Put the piping back on. I'm still waiting for, I bought a bunch of little 3-inch clamps so I can clamp down the cover stays. And I bought a seat cover for it, but I made a mistake in thinking that the Daytona Special had the same style seat as the 79. It does, I mean, that's the 78. It does not. The Daytona Special seat is 4 inches shorter. So I got a Daytona Special cover that I don't have any use for at the moment. I probably will later. I'll find something to do with it someday. It was only $50. I ain't gonna cry real bad about it. Ain't like I paid $100. There's guys out there that want $100 for it. Man, I'm glad I didn't make that mistake. But this is the foam. We cut the foam down, so we got a seat that's a little more sporty than would be your stock seat. Anyway, there we go. Cut it down because, well, what was it, 3 inches? 2.5, 3 inches off of there. Because they needed it, man. I don't know, I might have the wrong shocks on the back, but when you're sitting on the bike, you're standing on your tippy toes, you know. Yeah, you can lean it over and have it standing on one leg, but when you're sitting on it, man, you're standing on your tippy toes. And the back shocks are 13.5 inches long. They should have to be a foot instead. So I can always drop the front end an inch by shoving the tubes up an inch. But the back, I'll have to get new shocks. I'm going to try some shorter ones. Yeah, those are too damn stiff anyway. I haven't checked yet to see if it's because they got too much nitrogen in them or what. But I'll have to check. If the nitrogen level is I don't know, 14 pounds or less, then I'm going to say it's just the springs are way too stiff. It'd be alright for drag racing, but it sure the hell ain't going to be no good on a road course, you know. Go road racing with it, you're going to bust your ass. Because they got no give at all. Oh, and see, I made my RD400 patches. Check it out. Yeah. Yeah, they ain't as good as they would have been if they made them that way originally, but hey, what the fuck. We all do what we can around here. Got some .4 in this top one. Not like you need to cover it up or nothing, but I like to put these on there. Keeps any residue or spray off of everything and tries to protect it a little bit in case you have a fall down, you know. The old lady sat on the bike the other day with the new 400 seat on it, and I didn't have it clamped down. When she got off, it stuck to her ass and fell over and scratched the hell out of the paint over here. I have some touch-up paint. I'm going to see if it's compatible. And that was another problem, painting all the parts. Yeah, the RD400 seat didn't come with the side stays. So I removed the side stays from the 360 seat. They're an inch too long, so I have to cut them on the end. But when I painted them, all I got is that touch-up paint. I can't find any paint. Can't find the paint that I need. I found touch-up paint, but it's a really weird touch-up paint. It's like a translucent thing, you know. It's not actually paint like you would buy at the auto parts store for touch-up. So their idea of touch-up paint has changed. No wonder it was 30 bucks a can, you know. Yeah, because it's mostly a clear with some slight coloring to it. I had to paint it over white primer in order to get it to come out. Got a few more coats to go before I can get it to the tank color. And you got a ways to go yet, wouldn't you say? Yeah, I'd say. That's standard. What can I say? Yeah, the back of the seats down in the basement was paint on them. I'm having paint compatibility problems. Also, you know, getting the crinkle finish. That sucks. Yeah, it's always fun. But I got it pretty close. You know, tune up the engine, get those parts changed out. If I don't have to change the top end, I'm just going to slap it in and see if I can get it to run. All I need is a chain, which is about 50 bucks, and some rear sets. And everything else is good to go. I got the tail section that'll go right on there. I bought it from a SX400. I don't know what, I think it's an 80 to an 82. It comes complete with an angular plastic mount so that the tail light sits on there squarely instead of down on an angle like it would be without the mount. I'm just going to mount it right to the tail section. Because unlike the 360 tail end, see, the 360 is open, but the 78 was filled in all along here. Perfect. So I don't have to build no brackets or nothing. I'll just slap it right on there. I hope the plastic can handle it. Carburetor's been rebuilt. Oh, I still got to rebuild the rear brake. That's right. I was waiting to get rear sets to do that. Reinstall the battery, and then, well, I want to buy a new left-hand handlebar cluster here, because I'm having trouble with the wiring. My wiring schematic does not match my wiring harness, so I want to go to something more stock. This is from a XS400. This is from an XS400 too, but it does look a bunch like a Daytona Special, doesn't it? Looks just like a Daytona Special instrumentation cluster. Weird. Anyway, there's a freebie. I got a freebie from somebody. Don't remember exactly who it was, but thank you anyway, whoever it was. Anyway, we're smelling blood. We just about got her done. I can see her well, she'll be done by November. This is mid-June. I could have her done as early as the end of July, August. Probably mid-August is when I'm looking at having this thing on the road. If I can get it registered, because the frame isn't registered, so I'm going to have to get a junkyard registry on it. And hope they don't try to take it away from me saying that it's stolen or something before I can take all the parts back off. Anyway, it's just a quick call in. Oh, we got some new tires. Yeah, the Yamaha shop said they couldn't find any tires that were less than 90 profile. They're full of shit. I got some Michelins here. They're pinched. It was just causing me to want to buy a Daytona Special rear mag, because it's a 2.15 instead of the 1.85 width. So I take it a little more advantage of that 70 profile that I got back there. You know, when you pinch it, you lose your profile. I got an 80 profile on the front, but it's pinched. It's a 110, and it's only supposed to be carrying a 90 or a 100 max, right? So I got a 110 on there, so it's pinched. So it's my 90 profile is getting used up by the top part of the tire there, being pinched upwards instead of flattened out. Nothing I can do about that on the front. I bought the RZ 350 front end from somebody online for about $50, but he never shipped it, so I got a refund. But he was saying it was 34 millimeters, and I was always taken to believe that the RZ had a 35 millimeter fork tube. But it got me to thinking, and I'm sitting there going, well, there's also somebody with a Daytona Special triple tree for sale. And I was thinking, does the Daytona Special have 35 millimeter forks? Now, if I can get the fit on the head of my frame, then that would be an easy swap up for dual disc brakes, right? Yeah. I hope it's not like the 350s where they don't fit the head, because RD400 head on the frame is an inch taller than the 350s were, so you can't. That's not a swap out. But if that should fail, and I'm going to try, you know, it's only $100. It's worth the college try. And if that don't work, well, I still got the SX 360 A84 front end that I can make shims for and install. Oh well, I gotta go. Need to get a drink. Oh, my sister's showing up next Monday. This coming Monday. Woohoo! Yep, come all the way up from West Palm Beach. Going to see my sister for the first time in 12 years. Well, 13 years, I think. Yeah, first time in 13 years. Get to see someone in my family. Well, that's not quite true. I saw my other sister Sharon when my mom died about 6-7 years ago. But I only saw her for a few minutes. We stopped in on the way out. I was in West Palm Beach for a whole week for my mom's funeral. But when I left in such a hurry I didn't bring my address book. And there was, out of all my siblings, only two of them still lived where they were when I lived in West Palm Beach. And I went to their houses 2 to 3 times a day, every day, and I couldn't find them. Could not connect with them. Didn't have their phone numbers because they all have unlisted phone numbers. Couldn't contact nobody. So I missed my mom's funeral. It wasn't even in the paper, for crying out loud. And on the way out to go back home, lo and behold, Sharon was at home. So I stopped in and ate my lunch there. You know, I had Russo's. Love Russo's. Go all the way to West Palm Beach for trees, wings, and Russo's subs. Well, maybe we'll go back again when we get this thing beast running. Yeah, I don't know. My health is really starting to make me wonder if I could actually do anything. I might not be able to ride the bike for more than 10-15 minutes. I'm in that bad a shape. But absence makes the heart go, makes the fart go Honda, you know, so I'm going to ride this goddamn thing if it kills me. It was my mission in life. I'm going to ride again before I die, and that's the way it's going to be. It'd probably end up going to Graham. I originally had plans to have the bike completed by Graham's 18th birthday. It'll be on, I think it's the 19th of May of next year. So I'm well ahead of that schedule anyway. Oh yeah, I got to get new handbars too. Gonna get some Superbike bars. Give me another 2 inches. Because even with drag bars, barely able to see down the road. I gotta have a more vision, a better long distance vision if you're gonna drive at any kind of speed. So I'm gonna have to get taller handlebars. It'll give me more erect driving position. Ought to give me an easier go, seeing where I'm going. I don't want to go bang into things. Gonna have to get fucking sidewalk feelers and put them off the front of the bike so I can see, stop when I get to something. Well, anyway, I got lots of work to do. Oh yeah, buy some easy outs so I can get broken screws out of that rusted up ass seat. I got work coming out the yin yang, plus I gotta clean up the house for my sister and all the rest of that crap, so, well, I gotta go. See ya, bye.